a week discussing discussing the verse 424 and giving you the interpretation of it, and two examples, X, Y, and Z, and fatty food and vegetable example, plus translate the verse in a simple English is not enough proof that I'm not avoiding discussing Qur'an 424. Your translation matches with the Qur'ans I'm familiar with. By the way, thanks for taking the time to translate and be truthful with the translation. I also touched the fact yesterday that there is no period, but only except. And I told you that there is no punctuation in Quran, and the lack of period does not mean the sentences are related. So, you were saying that there would be a period if the Quran had punctuation? Are you sure? You have to understand that you cannot look at the Quran as you look at any book, especially in the structural and literal sense. Why not? My simple example of X, Y, and Z, and the reinforcement of Quran 425 that mentions slave girls, as for slaves as unmarried, should make you see it clearly. Well, it certainly sounds better than the way Quran 424 has it. I also told you last week that in Quran 423, it's saying that marrying your mother, sister, and all married women is abominable. Right? But not so with what your right hand possess, I see, in Quran 424. Yet you assume yet you assume that the marriage is abominable or sex is abominable. Only because of what Quran 422 says. I mean, Quran 422 says it is abominable and all that. When I say marriage, of course, it's marriage with sex, but we are talking about marriage. So, those married slave girls can have two husbands? Sex is a part of marriage, right? Marriage is not only sex, right? Are you married? If so, do you have sex with your wife 24/7 all long? 24/7 all year long? Every second of your life till you die. Notice though how you are avoiding what's described as quote abominable marriage in Quran 422 is fine with married captive slave girls, quote, what your right hand possess. Of course not, you don't have that kind of sex. However, once you are married, then you are married 24/7 all years long till you die, unless you divorce. Do you see how the difference between sex and marriage? Do you see now the difference between sex and marriage? Yes. But what's this got to do with what is abominable as described in 422, being acceptable with married slave women you own?
In 424.
Good diversion on your part. Very good. Sex is part of marriage, but the verse is talking about marriage, and not only sex, as you want to make it appear. No, what I want to know is why you are diverting away from abominable in Quran 422, being okay with married slave girls in Quran 424. Married your mom, your daughter, sister, and married women is abominable not only because of sex, but because it's not moral. Right. Except with married slave women you own, as described in Quran 424. The love of your mother and daughter is different from that of your wife. It better be.